Hello and welcome back to the shop. So we have an interesting build. This is called African Wenge. I keyed it with some maple, give it a nice contrast. Now, a keyed miter, I'll show you how to do that later, but basically it's a way of reinforcing a miter joint while adding decoration. So originally these started out as glued up pieces, like little squares sticking out, and you flush cut them. Now, what I need to do today, it's really hard to mark on dark wood. So I have picked which side I like the best. All right. And I'm actually going to go ahead while I'm thinking about it. And I'm just going to mark my hinges where they should approximately go. That way I don't get flipped around. But it's dark woods. They're hard to work with. Because when you draw a pencil line, you just can't see it. So I should have had this tape prepped a little better. However, I don't use like the highest quality tape out there for this because you go through it a lot. And so there's no need to spend that extra money. This will also help prevent tear out. But what I need to do is I need to route a chamfer bit so that I have little lifts so that I can have it a little ease better for the customer to actually be able to open their box, as well as it looks good with aesthetics. Now that we have some tape on there. All right. I normally go, you know, on something this long, 2 inches in to 4 inches in. Take that thing right there to the other side. Run it 2, run it 4, square with square. Now this enables you to go back to that line and make it to where you can actually see it when you're going overhead on the router. There's nothing worse than working blind. And trust me, you don't want your face all down there in the router and have something kick back at you. Plus, routers tend to kick up some dust, so you really don't want to hug it anyways. If there's one tool in the shop I don't want to hug, it's the router. Like, I don't want to be up in there. So now you can actually see lines on literally a almost black board. Now a chamfer, I'll show you how that works. I also have to do this African mahogany keyed with wenge and walnut. Now I'm allergic to this wood. Yeah, it's funny that I work with wood. This is the only wood that I'm allergic to. So when I go over to the router, I will be wearing a respirator because it will cause extreme inflammatory issues for me. All right, now we're over here at the router. Got my mask. I want to talk a little bit about this Cobalt router table. It's great for a beginner, but I'll tell you, if you want to do precision work, larger pieces. So when you feed them, you're trying to keep your fingers away from there. This is beveled. And then these are notched up. The same with this. This divots down, so if you're doing a small piece, really all this should be flush. And then it should be lasered in. Which honestly Cobalt could have done very easily. But there's a lot of places for your stuff to catch on. I don't have a plate in here because I'm doing a basic chamfer bit with a ball bearing. Okay, so we don't actually have to set the fence or anything like that. One thing I also don't like about this is the fence adjustment is rough. And overall, it's a good basic router. You want to go precision, and they even put a sticker on top. Don't get this if you want to go precision, ever. I really don't like it. It's my secondary router for takedowns. I'm going to put on some equipment here we're gonna bring over the box. We're gonna do a basic chamfer real quick and watch the dust fly. So now we have a slight chamfer on there. Turned out nice. There is no burn as well because, or tear out because of the tape. The tape did its job quite nicely. I didn't have to, you know, get all in there and really look at it, have a ball bearing shoot up in your eye. Hopefully this helps you when you're working with some dark wood. I'll see you next time.